It's time to twerk.
Hello, I'm now going to show you a technique called twirling. Twirling is a technique where you take an image and you create an abstract image which sort of like looks like it's flowing with flows, etc. I find them very pretty and very fascinating and a fun thing to do if you've got a spare 20 minutes in the evening, you want to try something out, or maybe you have a photo that isn't working and just try and do something with it. Now I'm going to use Serif Affinity. Same thing will Similar thing can be done in Photoshop. I am using Affinity because I'm trying to really get used to it, and it's quite a powerful program and it costs 25 quid, which is pretty well a steal nowadays. So even if you haven't got Affinity, it's worth maybe downloading, give it a go. You may like to use it. So first thing you need is an image. Now it can be any image. It could be a landscape, it could be people, it could be flowers, it could be animals. What I tend to find is the images, as long as they don't have any large black and white areas, anything will do. And the thing you do, you try it out and see how it works. But we're going to use this picture of crocus. It's not a great picture, it'll be out of focus. But again, that doesn't matter in this technique. So first we have to prepare it. So we go to filters, noise, noise. And these are my parameters. So noise is a Swiss Army knife of noise generation in Affinity, and we apply that. Okay, now what we want to do is a blur, a zoom blur to be exact. Now if you move this, you can increase or decrease the blur, but Affinity can also go past the end stop, so I'm going to increase it to 200px, and now we see these sort of radial lines come out, which is what we're sort of looking for. We can play around the center point if we want. Great, we apply that. So now we want to do the twirl. This is the crux of the matter. Oh no, sorry. First thing we want to do is you want to create two more duplicates of this layer. And we'll just close the top one down. And now we're going to do our twirl, the effect we want. Now there are two ways to do this. The first way is to use its liquefied persona, and you click on the liquefied twirl tool. We can set the size of our twirl here, so about 2504. You click on it, hold it down, and it twists like that. Okay, now this is a great effect and it works, but I'm going to show you a slightly different way of doing it, which works in a similar way, maybe a slightly different effect. So we'll cancel that, go back to our original layer, and now we go to layer, live, filter layer, distort, twirl. Now this allows you to twirl based on these sliders, and we moved all the way to 720, and we're going to increase the radius to 2000 here, increase the size. That's great. Close that. So that's the first one done. Now if we click on the second one and make it visible, let's do exactly the same thing on that. Now again, we're going to make the radius 2000, but the crucial difference, we're going to make the angle go in the opposite direction, so it's twisting the opposite direction. Here's where the secret comes in. So we click on the upper layer and we play around with the blending modes, and we see what the effect, and you can see it's starting to come out now. So you can choose any blending mode, which works. So I think line works best for me here. Fantastic. So let's go to the third layer, click on that. Again, we're going to use layer, live filter layer, distort, twirl, and this time we're just going to set the radius to 1024 pixels, same angle, and again now we're going to play around with the blending modes. So there. Okay, so that is our twirl. Now we've got a bit of a lot of green and stuff on the outside, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a square crop in it. We're just going to close that down a bit. I quite like this bit at the top, so just expand that out a bit, make it sure it's central. Okay, apply that. There we go. So that is our twirl. Now what we're going to do now is just merge those into a layer. It's going to take a little while. Okay, so the twirl's very nice, but we can improve it, I think, a little bit. So what I'm going to do is add an adjustment layer, and I'm going to use the levels adjustment layer. Now levels is something I use quite a bit on these and some other things, and what levels is sort of like contrast on steroids. It provides a very fine control over contrast. So what I want to do is increase the blacks, so increase the blacks in there, increase the contrast, and we can see as we move this up how it gets the blacks come out darker, etc. And we can do a little bit to the light, maybe just move the lights down a bit. And this gamma there also increases the sort of emphasis, the midpoint. And I think that's a lot better than before. Yep, I think so. Now another thing you can do, and this is optional, but it's sometimes worth playing about, is adding an HSL layer or hue, saturation, luminosity adjustment layer. Now these allow you to do things. Firstly, you can increase the saturation, so push the saturation a bit on this, which I think looks quite nice. But also you can play around the colours. So if you move it around, you can change the colours of the thing. A nice green, or maybe I don't know. There's some nice colours there. Let's leave it there. Okay. So there you go. So we just group these into an object. So we went from this to this, and I don't know you, but I think that's a pretty interesting sort of image, and certainly if I had it hanging on my wall, I think I'll be quite impressed. So have a go, try it out, experiment, and see what you get. And now I'm just going to show you some ones I've done earlier. Thank you.